help me bridge a gap here, because what you just said is half of the equation. Freedom requires breathing room, but freedom also requires morality.
Yes.
And the best, our founders all knew it. You could make the claim that they were all, they all prayed to dogs, and it wouldn't make a difference. In their writings, they're very specific. It is religion. This is Benjamin Franklin. It is religion that gives us that basic morality, that gives people a governor, a self-imposed governor. And so then you have the ability to have this breathing room.
Well, they all signed the Declaration of Independence, the linchpin of which is that we are created by God, who gave us the governor. That is an understanding of the natural law and rights that are inalienable.
You are everybody who's a libertarian I know idolizes you. They think you're great. And I know you are a very religious man. And you've never had a problem with religious people that I know of. Again, it's the progressive gene in the atheist or the religion.
Well, their problem is that a belief in the Almighty and a belief in natural law is a brake on the government.
Right, I know that.
And they fear that brake on the government because they think government is all good and government can do everything it wants. It's not all good, and it can't do whatever it wants. It can't violate the natural law.
I don't want you to address I want you to address the libertarian and the religious person that says libertarians are dangerous because they're going to squash out all God, and the libertarians that say religious people are going to squash out all freedom.
I have a lot of libertarian friends that do not share my religious views. I am an unabashed, old-fashioned, traditional, pre-Vatican II Roman Catholic. That means you and I have a lot in common. That means Orthodox Jews and I have a lot in common. That means that conservative Protestants and I have a lot in common. I also have a lot in common with libertarians, even if their views, like Ayn Rand, stem from a non-theistic belief. But for somebody to say that libertarians will crush freedom is insane. Libertarians will stop the government, which liberates freedom. The people that fear libertarians are the people in power in both political parties, because we will make arguments that will appeal to the people. Your rights come from your humanity. And the government, even by a majority, even a majority of everybody but one, can't vote to take the rights away from that one. That's how inalienable the rights are. Okay. I didn't say that. John Locke said it, and Thomas Jefferson repeated it.
All right. Do you see a moment, a Sumter moment, where all of a sudden both parties, people just start to say, I don't want anything to do with that, and they come together for a libertarian?
Well, that's the way the Soviet Union fell, without a shot being fired. When people in the government realized that they were undermining the bases for human happiness, human prosperity, and in the case of the Soviet Union, even human survival. And so that would be the preferable way for the government to change radically.
You know what? I have news for you. I really think that the problem, though, with that is, I think they're the same old communists. I mean, Putin is still Putin. He just took off his uniform.
Correct.
So you don't want to transform, just change and saying, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but you still are a progressive, big government.
Well, you could argue that the Eastern European former satellite countries are free now because they're not under Putin's thumb, and the Russians have been going through different gradations of freedom. Look, do I think that Rand Paul could lead us to an era of prosperity, happiness, and small government where, like your coin says, never or mind your own business, the flip side, the right to be left alone? The answer is yes. That will presume that there is a constituency for that, and that people are elected to Congress who agree with that. But just having a president in the White House who would shy away from power rather than use it to his own ends would be something the likes of which the country hasn't seen in 175 years.
Do we get there?
I think we can get there. I think Americans are getting to the point where they have had enough. 70% of Republicans saying we don't like the big government leadership that we've had.
You more optimistic, less optimistic with who you see in Washington and what you hear from people?
I am pessimistic with the people that are in Washington. I am optimistic that a significant change can happen in 2016 because it is so bad in 2013. And it's going to get worse in 2014 and 2015 as Obamacare comes off the horizon and into our bedrooms.
I think these networks, I don't think the majority of them, these news people and everything else, I don't think they have any clue as to what's about to happen.
I think we're about to endure some of the most trying times in the post-World War II era, and the electorate will react to that in 2016 by moving in huge numbers in the direction of a libertarian or libertarian-minded candidate, someone like Rand Paul.
Does he bomb Syria?
Rand Paul?
No. This president.
Yes.
You think he does?
Yes. I think he will bomb Syria, whether the Congress authorizes it or not, whether the deal with Putin works out or not. And
why?
I think
What's his motivation?
To appear tough, to vindicate a frivolous statement he made against Mitt Romney during the campaign, and because candidly, no matter where they come from on the political spectrum, all presidents like war. War is the health of the state for reasons that we all understand. And if he does that, he will be a candidate for impeachment.
Will he be impeached?
Probably not. He'll be a candidate for impeachment. I don't know if the party that currently runs the House of Representatives has the fortitude to do it.
Do you think John Boehner has the fortitude?
No. But I don't know if he'll be the speaker a year and a half from now.
I don't know if John Boehner will be the speaker. I mean, I hear he is in real trouble. I mean, I hear he is. There's a real backlash.
While we have been debating Syria, the government has reached its borrowing limit. $16.7 trillion. President Obama is about to ask for authority to borrow another trillion. When John Boehner says to the Republicans, you got to vote in favor of this, it will be the last straw to his speakership.
Okay. Judge, as always, my friend.
Pleasure, Glenn.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
If you don't have it yet, Theodore and Woodrow, just a fantastic look at history. We remember history. We know what's coming our way. We'll at least know exactly what we're living in right now.